For the first time in almost 11 months of full-scale war, the armed forces of Ukraine will receive a company of German Leopard 2 tanks, which will be provided by Poland. After Ukraine's long diplomatic efforts, the German government has decided to supply heavy weapons to the armed forces of Ukraine.
Over the past 10 months, we have worked with our partners to ensure that there is a supply of ammunition for both the air defense and the Gepard tanks. The latest decision is the transfer of the Marder infantry fighting vehicles. Now I can say that we will continue the partnership and the supplies, and I am here to see with my own eyes how important this assistance is and how helpful it is for Ukraine.
The Ukrainian Armed Forces will soon be equipped with German Marder armored vehicles, American M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, and French AMX-10RC heavy armored vehicles. This equipment was developed during the Cold War and is intended for destroying Soviet weapons, which are still being used by the Russian army. The support of Britain remains unchanged. London decided to transfer Challenger 2 tanks to Ukraine.
These are the results of the colossal work that has been done, certainly first and foremost by the Ukrainian Armed Forces, that are showing effectiveness, that are efficient in deterring the enemy in Bakhmut, in Solidar. It's our military, Zelenskyy, who directly commands the operation in that area. They show that Ukraine acts efficiently, that the modern offensive weapons can always be credited to the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and Ukraine will always do everything as effectively as possible, adhering to the traditions of war, unlike the Russian Federation.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine is continuing negotiations with its partners to increase supplies of air and missile defense capabilities.
Today, Ukraine is also interested in additional anti-aircraft systems such as Gepard and Vulcan, as well as Stinger and other man-portable anti-aircraft systems. All of these weapons are needed to ensure that the Ukrainian sky becomes an unbreakable wall for the terrorist state as soon as possible, so that we can protect our peaceful cities, critical infrastructure and, of course, our citizens.
In addition, Ukraine is insisting on the creation of a mechanism under which Russia would be obligated to pay reparations to Ukraine. Among the countries supporting the initiative is Estonia.
In our call, Urmas Reinsalu and I discussed Ukraine's military needs, which can be covered by Estonia, looking forward to good news. I also thanked Estonia for its initiative on a compensation mechanism and stressed it is an important element of our peace formula. Russia must pay. Dmytro Kuleba, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, on Twitter.
Leaders of civilized Western countries have no doubts that Ukraine is using modern weapons effectively, experts say. Europe and the United States give unprecedented support to Ukraine, and there are fewer and fewer skeptics who doubt the future victory of the Ukrainian armed forces.
This is a very risky approach to remain skeptical in the context of not supporting Ukraine. Yes, there are Asian countries, China, India, Latin American countries, they also have their own approach. There may be still some skeptics who are not more sympathetic to the Russian Federation, but who understand that more moderate rhetoric can bring them more dividends. To say that, there are some strong players who remain skeptical and do not believe in Ukraine, and believe in the victory of Russia. I think that for today there are no them.
Ukrainian diplomacy is preparing for the upcoming Ukraine-EU summit on February 3rd. Kyiv plans to discuss the volume of military assistance, sanctions against Russia, and Russian-Iranian cooperation. Reported by Roman Smoler, Larissa Zubenko, UATV News.